It all started now. This day's a turning point in my life. The day I begin living my life from the inside out. And I am transformed. I am transformed.
Hello everyone, my name is Mirkovich, your host for Family Today. This show is for everyone. It's for parents, grandparents, and young adults. It includes art, culture, entertainment, and spirituality. How many of you would like to stop violence in this planet? And how many of you would like to have peace signs to give others? Today, I have a young artist that is here with us. And Gina, you might want to introduce him.
Sure, Maria, thank you. A local urban rock artist, Carlethal, has posted a new YouTube video out called Peace Signs Up, with guest appearance as Coco and Ice-T and many more other guests.
And here he is, Carlos. Welcome to Family Today.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Saying peace. And if we could just get straight into this nice.
So let us know how you started with this video and what prompted you to it. What was it that made you think of this video and post it?
It's a very, very interesting story because the way the video, the concept of the song, everything emerged. It emerged just sporadically. I got a call one day from a publicity company that I used to work with years ago. And they said, hey, Carlito, we have a client that we're representing, a renowned opera singer by the name of Bridget Cooper. And she has a record that needs to be...
Bridget Cooper.
Yeah, Bridget.
Okay.
Needs to be worked on. We're going to send you the record, see what you can do with it. And then let us know. So they sent me the record. I got the record, listened to it. It was an opera record with a twist of hip hop on it.
Hip hop.
And so I had another artist. I don't know the guy's name. So I called them back and I told them, well, what do you want me to do with the project? I said, are you gonna let me do me, or do I have to structure something around what was there? They said, no. Just do what you do. So I said, okay, cool. At the time, my mom, this was the way the record came out. My mom was fighting for her life. We thought she had congestive heart failure. Down the road, it ended up being stage 4 cancer. And throughout that time, I was in and out of the hospital with my kids and her nightly, staying with her, and she was in ICU and all that stuff. And that's how the inspiration for the record actually came about, because when I was listening to the track that they had, I just said, let me just scratch everything and let me write something from the heart. And at that moment in time in my life...
Those are the best times, when you write something that is real, from the heart.
And I just felt that at that very moment, I was in a place where I didn't want to be, meaning I didn't have any peace. So I said, something from this negative could become positive in the project that I was working.
Sure.
So that's how the whole Peace Signs Up came in. I mean, the structure to me, just sitting down and writing here in the beat, it just came about. And I just started to write something towards what I wanted to feel, not what I was feeling at that very moment.
So do you want to introduce this video? Maybe we could show it a little bit in 2-3 minutes. Maybe you could just open it up to the audiences. Just a little bit of explanation.
Right now, what you're about to witness is something that's, global, something that is for you and your family, all ages, all ethnicities, religions, it doesn't matter who you are. And we have a lot of people that loan themselves to this actual project that are in very, high positions, and they wanted to feel the same urgency of peace.
Just like Ice-T and Coco.
Coco,
I
we have
that before.
Yeah, we have the Jay Sean, we have Victor Martinez, we have Eric Hearn, we have Tabitha Kufi. There's a lot of people actually.
Well, Tabitha Coffey,
yeah.
that's so interesting because I did work with her for many years at Panico Hair Salon.
Oh.
She was one of my mentors that we became really good friends being in a close neighborhood in Cliffside Park. So it's funny how people get to know each other. It's like Ice-T and
connect.
Coco also. I do know them because through Maria.
And you live next to.
And I live next to them too, so that's a plus. But it's
plus.
interesting how people can help each other and connect.
Correct.
So,
And I also want to say, you know, Craig Robinson, who, you know, he does a lot of big movies, and came sporadically out of Chicago, and was filming out here, and just, you know, I approached him, and he was like, I'm all for it, and got it.
Bam.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
kept- So now we could view it slowly. Maybe we could slowly enter there.
Another 24 tour. In my thoughts, I'm thinking no more. The world goes round, the world is yours. The pressure is on, is at your door. Weather the storm, right or wrong. Fight or die, looking on a human turn. Born broke upon a lifetime of sad songs. Come on, when it's gone. We had a long stay, burying my arms. Just in case I'm a victim of the hurricane. Hookers and killers, working man, we all the same. Sunshine, rain, then the pain with the eyes when we tryna gain. A 9 to 5 or minimum wage. Society cries out behind the walls inside a cage. The time frame, will they ever know my name? With the you stain, you addicted to the game. Keep on searching for peace, that's why we came. We could rise together, we could learn to love. What if we die together? What if we never give up? What if it's all just love? Keep on looking for purpose, cause you could be touched, so put your peace signs up. We could rise together, we could learn to love. What if we die together? What if we never give up? What if it's all just love? Keep on looking for purpose, cause you could be touched, so put your peace signs up. Little kids molested, a man dies every second. If this is hell, then where's heaven? They adding up the tension. To walk in the door, you need complexion. 1 out of 3, they got a weapon. Killed by his own son, a tough lesson. Middle school girl sexing. Women selling sex is their true profession. Go up missing. Immigrants deported, the trafficking is killing millions, and the feeling's the same. How that Novocaine name, same things, nothing's changed. People stop praying, they giving up is what I'm saying. They wanna be free, but what they like they pay insane. The world's so cold, don't plan on staying, we all wanna die. With the hope to stay alive, we accomplish what we try. Look them in the eye, and know the world is yours. And throw your peace signs high, you don't have to die to find the peace in I. When we a team, we ride, as family we rise. Humanity divine, we climb. Promise to love in due time. And take it to the place we could rise together. We could learn to love. What if we die together? What if we never give up? What if it's all just love? Keep on looking for purpose, cause you could be touched, so put your peace signs up. We could rise together, we could learn to love. What if we die together? What if we never give up? What if it's all just love? Keep on looking for purpose, cause you could be touched, so put your peace signs up. Put your peace signs up. Put your peace signs up. We could ride together. We could learn to love. Put your peace signs up. What if we die together? What if we never give up? Put your peace signs up. In New York, we put our peace signs up. California love, put your peace signs up. The USA, put your peace signs up. North Korea, put your peace signs up. Even in China, they got their peace signs up. Muslim and Jews, put your peace signs up. Russia and Cuba, put your peace signs up. The UK and India, put your peace signs up. Latin America, put your peace signs up. Put your peace signs up. I want to see the whole world with their peace signs up now. I ain't forgot you. Just the track ain't long enough.
That was awesome. Excellent. Very
Thank you
good.
very much.
I loved it. I really had a little bit of, you know,
Like the
chills, like the chills, you know, of, you know, being united with the whole world. I really got that.
I love
From the
how you
heart.
incorporated with
the
all
heart.
the different nationalities and, of course, the United States, how we're
Sure.
here in this country, and then we're showing support and love and peace to everybody. Peace signs up.
And one thing I want to
signed
add
up.
to that is, you know, definite on that note, what you're saying is that there really is no one big character in this particular movie. It's like, you know, every entity, every individual, whether it was the FedEx guy delivering, you know, a package, or if it was cocoa and iced tea, or if it was, you know, the person working at the McDonald's drive-through, it didn't matter. Each individual to me was its own separate entity, but was a major character to make the movie. You know, so I want to thank everybody that's been on it.
Sure, thank you.
Sure,
Thank
that
you
was
all.
that was
Yes.
a great video, Carlos.
Yes, but your life was a little chaotic before you made this video. You started
Yes.
to mention how your mom was in the hospital, and your life personally was chaotic. You weren't as peaceful. What do you say?
Listen, I think that always has made great room for greatness when it comes to material and projects that I've done and that I've worked on. You know, I think that as much as sometimes I feel that the curse is the chaotic lifestyle, I think it's actually the blessing.
A blessing, yes.
You know, because it
I
allows
believe
me to
that.
write things that become powerful. And, you know, I always believe in writing something and delivering the message. So with this project, I was able to not just say peace, but, you know, how can we acquire that peace?
How could we acquire
You
it?
know,
Yes.
which was putting everybody together. It didn't matter
Yes.
who they were, man, woman, dog. It didn't, you know. Listen, I've had all, you know, I even took the gay community and put them in there. I put all the communities that I can reach out to and put them in the video to say for us to get peace, it has to be done on an individual platform. And then you have to merge it into that
So
one.
tell me a little bit about your life experience. What is it that you went through that was hard for you, or a challenge for you? What was it?
I think growing up was, you know, I had the pros and the cons, and the cons that I had to deal with were great. You know, my household was dysfunctional, but functional. You know, my parents both
If
had,
you recognize it.
yes, listen, both of my parents worked. They worked very hard. They both had not jobs, they had careers. And, you know, they sent us to Catholic school, but I lived in an area that the people around me weren't as privileged. You understand? So I'm going away to another borough, to Catholic school,
Yeah.
but at the same time I gotta come back home. And when I come back home, I'm with the underprivileged individuals. So now I gotta switch.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, you
absolutely.
have to switch.
I could understand what
to
you're
survive,
talking
you
about.
have to switch.
I was just talking in my previous segment that, you know, you have a tribe, and I have a tribe. The Croatian people, they're like stuck to me. you know, it's hard to get away from that language, even lingo,
Correct.
language, a belief system, everything. Go
Correct.
ahead.
So so basically in the morning I'm going to school. When I get back, I gotta take this other committed, type of style and change into this other individual, where now I'm a neighborhood guy. And dealing with the issues within the neighborhood. And again, going back to my household, like everyone else's household, it might look really nice on the outside, but the way you're training on the inside is a whole different obstacle. My dad drank a lot. Through a course of a death in the family, he ended up being an alcoholic. I saw, him and my mom would get into arguments and fights would break out.
Sure,
He would hit my
sure.
mom, and then cops would come over. So that was the dysfunctional that I saw in the house.
Sure.
In the neighborhood, I think
So
it
that
was.
was your childhood programming.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to get away from that, you have to reprogram yourself into being what you want to be and what you were created to be. Am I right or wrong?
Which is great, because me watching a man put his hands on a woman taught me to never put my hands on a woman. You understand?
That's
So I respect women on a whole different level, because of that. So going back to the exterior part of the household, dealing with the issues in the neighborhood. I was forced. I'm like maybe one of those kids that lives on the Middle East, or all these countries where seeing blood is normal.
right.
Back then, seeing blood was normal. I buried a lot of my friends very early. And this is not
Sad to hear.
I became so used to it and desensitized to it that when we were bored, we would actually go to the funeral home to see who was actually in a casket. We didn't even know who was there. We'd just go to the funeral home. Hey, let's go see who's there. It might be somebody's old man or whatever. We'd sign the book and be like, hey, pray, and then we're
Pray.
gonna go back.
But you just hit a key word. He desensitized.
Yes.
Because you
Yes,
lost
yes.
all your feelings of all the hardship that you've encountered
Yes,
through your
yes,
life.
yes.
So we're joking about it, that you're going to a funeral home
It's
and
nice to
signing a
laugh
book.
at
And it
your-
is good to laugh at
Yes.
chaotic things. But you did recuperate after
Yes.
all
But you
of this.
did
Yes.
find peace
Yes.
Through music.
Yeah,
Is that how you
I started
found
that.
it?
Yeah, because I started that in my teenage years. So it took me all the way to adulthood, and I'm still there now. Like any urban group, I was in a group first. We were signed. At an early age. 16 years old, I was already signed.
What was the first urban group that was
I-
you were signed with?
The name of the group was Loose Cannons.
Oh, Loose Cannons.
Loose Cannons, yes, Loose Cannons.
Okay.
Loose Cannons. So back, and we were doing all hip hop stuff.
Oh, not the
You know,
hip hop stuff.
which was interesting because
Good.
even during that time we had a lot of challenges. I remember one time we went to go do a show at an R&B. It was an all R&B and soul place. So everybody sang. So here we come in doing some rap stuff. We get on the stage. They said, we don't do no hip hop here. I said, whoa, what are we doing? So we looked at the record label and we said, why did you bring us here?
Why did you book us if they're not going to do hip hop?
So we were on stage and we were being embarrassed. I said, whoa. So they said, okay, we're gonna give you guys a shot. People already started to get up and walk away before we even started.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is one of those type of things. And they said, we have a live band. You're gonna have to go with the live band. So you can't put no CD in, you can't put no tape in, nothing. So we did that, and we went with the live band, and we were able to overcome that. And I think that situations like that are overcome because where we all came from. We were so used to overcoming bigger issues.
But I just wanted to specifically ask you, how did you find the inner peace? The inner peace. How did you find it?
I think.
I mean, it's not going to happen in a second.
I think
You went through all of this and you just shared with us. But when was it that you just said to yourself, okay, now this is where I'm peaceful? In what moment? Well, not a moment. It doesn't happen it does happen in spurs. What would you say?
I think I just believe that the way I've gotten that was through always believing. I've always believed. I've always had faith. I prayed harder. And that's really where I found my inner peace, by praying harder and believing in what it is that I was doing, and believing that one day certain circumstances would change, and they did. You know, so I think it was it was mainly just that. It was my belief system. You know, so
Did you have to reprogram yourself from from your tribe? I'm going to say tribe. Did you have to reprogram some of your belief system?
You know, when I look at the people that I ran with,
Yeah.
the ones that are doing life, the ones that are dead, the ones that are still
Yeah,
around,
yeah.
not doing anything, and I look at myself and I say, well, what got me through it? I was just a stronger individual. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was just a stronger individual. Some
You
people
recognize
just
that strength within you that is going to pull you through.
I just
from
always,
this,
I always wanted more.
Okay,
And I
yes.
think it's because my parents worked and they had careers. And I think it fell back on, subconsciously, it was in there. I saw my folks do it. I saw my mom deal at the age of 24 years old, had her first seizure with me. And she kept working all through it.
So those were your models. Your parents are.
Your role models, yeah.
So when
Role
I hung on the
models.
corner and I was doing a lot of crazy stuff, in the back of my mind I always thought to myself, if you go a little further, you're going to disappoint the people that have supported you.
Yeah.
And I had a support system where I believe, whether
You did have a support
I had
system.
it. My folks
that's
were my
very
support
key.
system.
Yes.
Because
when you are finding yourself down in the dumps, in a bad space, you had your support system that would lift you.
Correct.
Is that, yeah,
Correct.
That's it.
Correct.
That's
Like my folks never went to my
so
basketball.
you were fortunate.
Yeah, I was very
Yeah.
fortunate because my folks never went to my basketball games. They never went to none of my track meets. But I understood why at a young age. They were working.
They were
Yeah,
working.
they were working.
So
So you forgave them.
I couldn't even say I forgave them. I just say
You
it just came with the
You
territory.
understood,
understood.
later, as you look back, you understood that that's what they needed
Correct.
to do. That's,
Correct.
That's a good thing.
That's
Yeah.
definitely key.
So what are you hoping for this video? What is your hope for the world, for the video, for everything that you put in there? What is your hope for it?
My hope is to, just say if I was in a room with 5,000 people, if I can just affect one person with this, it would
Yes.
be, it means I got the job done. Unfortunately, I'm going to say this. There's never going to be peace, not on this planet. Listen, it's a sad thing to say. All we can do is try to reach out to the masses, and if we can affect one person, that one person goes and affects another group,
The
and another
example
group,
goes on
and
and
eventually
on.
it just
Yes.
goes on.
Yes.
So it's never been about, like, for some people they do the Million Man March. It's really about one man march. You have a million men, maybe you affect one person. That person goes out of there and takes it somewhere else, affects another one. That's really what it is.
Yes.
And I saw that happen in my life because of the way I was a go-getter. A lot of my friends who were hardcore guys on the streets, they would always have a moment of clarity and say,
Oh, they did have.
yeah, they would
moments
call
of
me,
clarity.
even if they went up and
good.
got jammed up again,
Right.
they would still call up and tell me, yo, Carlito, man.
Carlito.
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 Carlito, can you
Say
please
it again. Say
it again?
How
to
do
the
you
view-
pronounce
Carlito.
your
Car-
stage name? I should say.
Carlethal.
Carlethal, like a lethal,
Yeah, like lethal weapon,
like a lethal
lethal
weapon.
weapon. Okay,
Ooh.
okay.
Correct.
Why is that? Why did you name it that?
I just felt that I don't, and this is going years back, I didn't want to stray away from my real name, Carlos. And I didn't want to use the name Carlito with an O, because it was already in movies. And I
Right.
might bump into someone with the same name, Carlito.
That's
So-
Carlito's Way.
Yeah,
Carlito's
correct.
The
Way,
movie.
there you
yeah.
go.
When was that movie made?
That was done, I think, in 1997.
Yeah.
Oh, back then.
Back
Oh,
then,
wow.
yeah,
Yep.
with Al Pacino.
Yeah. So, I wanted to, not to be different, but I wanted to basically be a little bit different without taking away the sound of the actual name. And I was able to come up with something clever.
Sure,
That I was able to flip around.
I like it. I think
Cool.
it's cool. Yeah,
think it's
it's
cool
very
name.
nice.
I mean, a lot of people say Carlito, and I'm like, whatever. I always figure eventually they're gonna see it up front of their face and say, hold on, they're gonna tell themselves, I've been saying Carlito for so long, but it's Carlito. I get it. There's no need for me to correct
Two
anybody.
and two, light
there you
bulb
go. There you go.
moment.
There you go.
So let me say this. You have a family now. You have two girls.
Yes,
Is that
yes.
right? Two girls.
Yes.
How old are they?
One's 9 and one's 6.
Okay.
And they are a tremendous instrument in my life. They are the pivotal point of my everyday. They wake me up And when I feel like slowing down, it's surprising.
They lift you.
Not just them being there, but my daughters check me. Like my oldest one tells me, the other day she told me, Daddy, what's going on? When are we gonna finish the music thing? You gotta finish up. You gotta do this. You gotta get this done. I want a dog. You know, yeah. So they have demands, but along those demands comes the push that I need.
Right.
Because sometimes as individuals we do get comfortable, and I'm guilty of that too.
Yes.
You know, and
we get into our comfort zone, and then we get lazy. I think we get lazy.
We
Well,
definitely tend to get a little.
I have a model
backtrack.
Or
which I teach them.
or
It's
yeah.
a slogan. Sorry,
A slogan.
it says
You know what
stand
I
stand still and die.
What?
Stand still. If you stand
Stand
still,
still.
you die.
You're dying.
You got to
Yeah.
keep
Yes,
moving.
yes,
You
you
have
It's
to
constant
keep
movement.
moving. Yes, yes.
It's constant movement, you know, and that's what I tell them consistently every day. Even with the academics, I tell them, listen to me. If you stand still, you're gonna die in school. You're not gonna make it. So you gotta keep moving. You gotta move past
moving,
these lessons,
yes,
and it's just my own model, and they keep me pushed. They push me, push me, push me. When I become
So
content.
what would you recommend to the audiences out there?
Towards
On art? Art.
on art.
You're an artist, right?
Yeah. So this is what I tell the audience. You're gonna get more no's than yeses. Let that not deter you.
No.
Go right through
Be
those no's.
persistent.
You know, utilize those no's as a great point for you to say, hey, not everybody likes me. Not everybody's convinced that I can be great or that I'm great. You know, that means there's always room for you to grow. There's always room for you to become better, because you'll never be satisfied as people tell you no. If everybody told you yes, 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 you'll become satisfied and you'll be washed up.
And you'll be bored.
There you go. You better go do something else, right?
On that note,
On that note, I want to thank you so much for appearing on my show. And please return.
No, I will. I will.
Thank you.
I think it was lovely being on the show. I'm very grateful that you guys had me here. You know, again, this is part of, you know, me being here is a way of you saying, hey, I believe in what it is that you're doing. You know, so I'm beyond humble and I'm very grateful. Thank you.
great.
And thank you, dear viewers, for joining us. Next, we will have a great show for you and your families to enjoy. So until then, peace up.
Peace.
Signs up.
Peace up.